What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Vintage EKG. So, I just was really excited after finishing up that last video and thought I would just kind of focus a little bit more on the vintage side of things because it's always growing, always entertaining, and how can you just pass up these cars that we always say Pokemon is taking off, is blown up. But these vintage cards, they still haven't gotten the love that they deserve. So, if you guys are liking this, please like and subscribe. We'll keep this up. Maybe making this a once or two times a week segment just to kind of look at what's going on with eBay sales, particularly in the PSA 10 market. And this is Dr. Jedmit. Let's see what we got. And let's take the polls. So we can kind of go through and look at some of these. It's nothing too wild with this. We're just seeing some of the jungle. Whenever I see sales in this one bid, I don't always say that's to guarantee the market of the card because that was one person willing to pay. So with this Jolteon, just getting that for $225, I think it's a good price, but maybe it would have been even cheaper if you would have caught on auction from $0. I think that's a good buy. I think that's a good option. I like this card much better than if you're just trying to pick up a Prismatic Evolution PSA 10 Special Illustration Rare Jolteon. This looks tons better to me. So it just, again, reflects what the market is in the vintage market and how you can kind of take advantage of that. Let's see if there's anything else cool. I never really realized that first edition Pokemon cards I got to this point, this Pidgey is actually first edition, sold for $565. That's a good amount of money. It is a nice card, but I always emphasize, which doesn't get talked about as much in the vintage market, is there's not a lot of people that are really trying to buy and take advantage of it, is that instead of getting the first edition card, just get the unlimited. A lot of the times the price is 1/5, if not less, the price of first edition. The only thing is you're getting the symbol on it. So if you're trying to build up your collection long term, I'm a big believer in unlimited as the true growth factor, undervalued, take advantage of aspect of vintage. And the same thing goes to some of these holo cards, like a card I've been bidding on is the Dark Blastoise PSA 10 from Team Rocket. The holo version goes for $3,000-$4,000 in PSA 10. The non-holo version, non-first edition or anything, goes for about $300-$400. So again, that's like a 1/10 the price. You still get the display factor. I'll try to pull it up because I've been trying to bid on it. It doesn't look like I'm going to get it because it's going to be close to the all-time high. But I'll talk about that in another video on why I even bid on this one. Another card that I like that is a little bit not as understood as well is this Cleffa. Cleffa was a very playable card when it came out. It was such a playable card that it is made it into the 25th anniversary set of celebrations, as it was one of these first cards that allows you to shuffle your hand back in an easy way, get a nice reset at the end of the turn, and then see if you can kind of restart and recap. So it went for $88. I think it's good for a collector just to kind of represent what was going on in the card game sense in the past. So that's just another nice card to add to the collection. I'm going to see if there's anything else that really jumps out to me. Oh, that Giratina looks good, but I'm not too sure about the World Championship. Some things that if I don't really understand it, I don't bid on it. As I'm scrolling through, you guys can also just let me know if I passed something in the video that would have drew your interest. Man, $880 for that Arbok is a lot, but it is a beautiful art. This is what I was looking at to try to get in the base aspect of it, but the reverse holo artwork looks pretty nice. Good display is that 3D art, so I like it. I think that one's pretty expensive compared to some other stuff you can get, but it's just another representation on why vintage is such a good, underrated aspect of collections. Trying to see if anything else went for a really solid price. Again, a first edition. And another thing you'll notice, a lot more first edition sell than unlimited because there was a lot more people paying attention to the condition. They grade better than the unlimited, so that's also why I like unlimited also. So you'll see these when you're looking at vintage. If you're starting to jump into it, you'll see first edition marketed and auction off and for sale more often than unlimited, just because there are more of them. It seems like counterintuitive because we expected that vintage, if it's first edition, it's rare But when it comes to the PSA 10 side of things, it's actually unlimited. That is a rare subcategory of it. So I might talk about that further in another video as well, just because that's a cool little detail not everyone knows of. Man, and then this isn't quite vintage, it's like mid-era to me. But this Houndoom is one of those dream cards for me. Displays amazing, great art. I wanted to get the half art version of the Mega Houndoom just to add it to my collection, just because it looks so well too. So this is just another aspect of why these cards are just awesome. XY era is one of the underrated eras for me. I do a lot of collection of that. I'm currently bidding on a couple cards as well, and then they're about to end soon. So maybe tomorrow's video I'll just focus on the cards I was bidding on, if I want them or not, and just kind of keep building up from there. Again, let me know if I passed anything that you guys would have been interested to see me talk about. None of these are too big that I mean, this XY Charizard, I think it'll always be a nice card. Good add to the collection. I can't afford it. Sabrina's Gengar, I was looking at this one and getting in the base aspect too. The non-holo, because that's about $1,000 compared to this. Gee whiz, $6,500, but it is a nice card, nice artwork, that whole deal. The Skyridge Alakazam is a classic card. I'm trying to see this HMU. I think it'll keep going up because it is a hard grade, and then so many 90s kids had this in their collection. Majority of them do not grade a PSA 10. If I was able to, I think it was like 6 or 7 months ago, there was a card shop selling it for about $1,100. I was trying to trade out to get into it, but it took me too long. Someone just bought it. This one I'm going to think it's going to keep going up. I think it's going to be multiple thousands of dollars. It's the first card really in Pokemon history that I felt like it was close to a full art aspect before full art was even a thing, just because of the beauty and the holographic nature of it throughout the card. Let's see what else we got. Ammonite, first edition. If this was not first edition, it'll be like $80 or $100. So that's another one. I was bidding on this Dark Ammonite because I'm considering doing a... Oh, you can see, yeah. I didn't win the auction. That sucks. I'm considering doing a Dark Pokemon set of just collecting as many Dark Pokemon, because it's been such a long history of the Dark Pokemon, Light Pokemon. I'm thinking about doing the Gym Challenge Pokemons in PSA 10 as well, like a Giovanni's Persian. I think it's Brock's Zubat, I think it is, or Brock's Onyx. That whole Misty's Seadra, I want to get as many of those in the non-holo version, just to kind of add it to my collection. I wanted to start with the Dark Blastoise, but it looks like that's going to set a new all-time record. So I'm not picking that up right now, but I am still having it on my radar to maybe one day get it. I'm going to go through a couple more. Giovanni's Perchance, that's a gorgeous card. That's first edition, it looks like. Yep, so that one was not. Maybe you get it for $400 or $500. Maybe $600, and that'd still be a good price to me. There's another Dark Pokemon, Dark Ivysaur. I would like that. They just started a little bit higher, but I think it would be a little bit less if it was on a true 99-cent auction. All these are cool. Surfing Pikachu. That's from Evolution, so make sure you know the difference. Some people get that confused and overpay, thinking it was the original. I think these promos are another subset I'm planning to go after as I kind of start whittling down and selling off some of my modern cards to get into this stuff. That Beedrill went crazy price rise. I think you guys might have fun looking at this Gardevoir, because I actually picked one up myself a while ago. I bought this one, I think I bought it on auction off of PSA like a month or so ago, and it went for like $115. All-time high on this was like $340-ish, and I decided to add it to my collection. XY era is a beautiful card set. Steam Siege is an underrated set because this is one of the best half-art Pokemon cards I feel like from this era of Pokemon. And if I had the choice of picking this up or it's the Gardevoir from, I don't think it was Scarlet and Violet base, but it was one of those earlier sets. I would have preferred to pick this up for a third the price at the time, because that's SIR Gardevoir is a beautiful card. But if you can get a card that was literally made in 2016, 10 years earlier, and it's low print, and it's a beautiful card, why would I not pick that up over picking up the Gardevoir from a modern set that's just going to keep getting printed and printed and printed, whereas multiple thousand, I think it's like at 5 or 6,000 PSA 10, this one's about 3 or 400, so factor that all in. I don't think the opportunity will be longer to trade off our modern cards to get into these vintage cards and still have the cards that are rare and beautiful to look at. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for being part of the EKG Pulse, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.